the whole car is gonna reek. There's gonna be food that's been sitting in that car, and that engine's gonna be like fucking like that's what it sounds like. And and then all of a sudden you're there for 45 minutes trying to work on it when you're telling the customer like, hey, your car's a piece of shit.
Speaking of 45 minutes, that's how long the stream's gone on, and now we're starting the show. Hello, YouTube. How's it going?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, thanks.
Confirmed. If you have a Kia, your dog sits in your back seat.
Yeah,
your dog sits in your back seat.
It's actually a requirement. They send the dog with you. That's how
you get a dog when you buy the car. That's what
dog named Kia. Takes a shit.
Mm-hmm. You know how Subarus you buy one, you get a vape. Well, Kias you get a dog.
Yeah, you get a dog.
You get a shit
with
dog.
IBS. IBS and dog.
Yep.
This, however, is MAMS episode number 66 or 67 rather. Sorry.
Nice.
We're reviewing Inner Shikari's sophomore album. That's how grading school works. Common Dreads, my personal favorite album from Inner Shikari.
Is it?
Not the best one. Yes, favorite one. Not the best one though.
Fair.
Fair does not mean best.
Fair.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of bands' second album is like everyone's favorite. Generally, it's always the second album.
Generally.
Generally speaking, I just saw a meme with him second album on there with Eddie from Stranger Things, so that theory adds up.
Ooh.
Yep.
He said, this is music, but this is also
him
music.
In season 5 confirmed.
Right here. Oh wow, maybe, who knows?
That'd be cool.
Travel back in time to be in the 80s. But yeah, Common Dreads.
They'd fit.
Great album. Love the album cover. Love this artwork.
It is. I love that album cover.
It's so cool, dude.
Everything about this album, I love it. I love this album from head to toe. This was the album that had just come out when I found them. I told the story in the last episode. You could go watch that. I think it's like episode 27. Heard Sorry You're Not a Winner on radio, bam, went to go look them up, and then either listen to the Jester next or Juggernauts. I can't remember which one. I know Juggernauts was the first video, but they have been around me for a long time, and this album pretty much shaped me to what you see today. Everything about what they talk about all this album, this was the final push. This is all I needed. I'm like, hey, look, millennials making political music. They have taken the reins from Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down before them and said, hey, now instead of boomers making music, it's our time, baby.
It's our turn.
Bitch about the world. Capitalism. Anyway. So what was your favorite moment on this album? That's the question of the day. Any favorite song, any favorite moment, lyric, dubstep drop?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just an overall like nostalgia hit. Like going back and listening to this, because it's like around this time was the MySpace bands were going strong, right? And it was all this EDM screamo stuff. And I said this earlier in the chat, or in Discord, that this band does that genre better than any other band, even though they might not be as popular as some of the other crappy EDM screamo bands. This group does it the best.
Get it right.
Crabcore, sure, whatever, crabcore. But I wouldn't even consider this crabcore. It's
not.
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
Not at all. But it does. It's like, guitars, the RARs, and the synths, right?
Yeah.
If you this band does it the best. And listening back, I'm like, man, because Juggernauts was the first song I ever heard from these guys, and it's probably right around this time, honestly, 2009, 2010. Yeah, and I just love that shit. Like, it sounds so good. The synths are really poppy and fun. Like, you're gonna dance, but then you're also gonna throw down a little bit, and it's a good time, real good time.
It's a roaring good time.
Yeah.
Brett, what about you? Now, you both saw them live for this album in 2010 with Haste Today.
Yes.
Didn't
Brett,
realize it.
Didn't realize it.
Yeah.
No.
That must have been great, because I looked up you guys' set list, and it was a good set list. So good, in fact, I went upon myself to try to recreate it for Thursday's show. Instead, we just watched a Christmas show they also did that year. It was basically the same show. Brett, what did you think about that? Rewatching it now.
Well, it was cool because I could actually, remember it now. I could actually pay attention to and focus and understand
give a shit.
just give a shit about it. Yeah, it was cool. I definitely will say that these guys have that Kiss thing aspect to them, where live so much better than recorded.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, just not, night and day kind of thing. Yeah, like it was funny is watching the show. I was like, I'm like jamming along to every song, and then I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, every time I've ever like introduced people to this band, I don't show them just the songs. I make it a point to find the live videos, because like, as good as the albums are, they are a vehicle for you to go see the shows. The show is where this band shines the most, from remixing the songs live to changing how whole songs are performed, to just everything that they did, the energy. Fucking, you never know what's gonna happen. They break shit all the time. It's a joke. It's fine. It's cool. They just fuck around with the crowd. It's great.
It reminded me
also-
a lot of Mute Math live.
Yes.
Sure,
Oh,
sure, yeah.
that'd be a
Kind of
good
same
show.
vibe. Oh, that would.
And I feel like that's the right mark for a band, right? Like, if you're supposed to see them live, that they're performing, right? That's the point of it. Like, you're not just supposed to make a CD or make an album and call it a day. Like, no, there's a whole nother step to your existence. and this band does it perfectly. And like, when we saw them live in 2009-10, we had no idea that we were going to see them. Like, yeah, they were on the bill. We're like, who the hell is that? Whatever. Oh, I think I heard that one song, Juggernauts, in my MySpace digging.
Yep.
And then I'm like, all right, this is fun. And they opened for, they didn't necessarily open, but they were second on the bill for Haste the Day. So right before they played. So it was cool. Super interesting.
Yeah. Actually, how you described it just now is how I discovered Periphery. I was going for Human Abstract, and I didn't know who the hell Periphery was, but they were headlining. And then the
That
next
would've
thing you
been a
know,
cool show.
oh wow, oh it
Yep.
was Race Car in its entirety, Brett.
Oh, in its entirety.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, good times. But anyway,
I was
here
a big Human
tonight.
Abstract fan back then.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I love Human
yeah.
Abstract. We
They're
should definitely
great.
do that.
Yeah, that'd be fun to visit.
Yeah, oh man, I was a big fan.
Yeah.
Villa, tonight we await the storm or whatever. Villa.
Yeah, Villa.
Yeah, Villa. Anywho, this here is Common Dreads. It's their second studio album, released June 15th, 2009. So we just passed another anniversary for it. Performers were Chris Batten on bass and vocals, Rory Clearloo on guitar vocals and backing bongos, Rob Rolfe on drums and percussion, and Rao Reynolds on, are you ready? Lead vocals, additional guitars, lap steel guitar, keyboards, synths, programming, samples, electronics, trumpets, bongos, piano, organ, percussion, and lyrics.
Good God.
He's a busy boy.
Yep.
The
Would
producers
say
were, he's busy. Producers were Inner Shikari, Andy Gray, who also did the mixing. I think this guy's more of a just like a DJ or a remix artist, because I didn't really find any other producing work that he's done besides a couple of groups, Kovac, Hard-Fi, and Lonsdale Boys Club. But he remixed a ton of songs, stuff by Radiohead, Tears for Fears, U2, Moby, Korn, Gary Newman, Dave Matthews got a remix, I guess, and Giorgino Moroder from, the guy off the Daft Punk album that Brett loves so much, Murder by Giorgino.
Yeah. They call
Yeah, that
me
guy.
Giorgio because my
Yeah,
name is Giorgio.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
And Dan Weller, who was also the guitarist of the band Sixth, also considered one of the founders of Gent alongside Meshuggah, and also from Liverpool. Didn't know that until I looked this up.
Hog.
He will work with Inner Shikari on everything from here on to the latest album, minus the Spark. They did by themselves. He's also produced for Male Fist, Via Trophy, Jet Black, Young Guns, no relation, Monster Truck, Ill, and Buried Tomorrow.
Oh, I know that one.
Oh yeah.
And then Tim Young did the mastering. He's one of those guys who worked with everybody. To Van Morrison, Genesis, ABBA, Sex Pistols, The Clash, Elton John, Cure, Jamiroquai. And then in more recent years, DJ Shadow, Massive Attack, Placebo, Biffy Clyro, The Wombats, The Killers, and everything.
Yeah, mostly the UK groups.
Mm-hmm. The singles for Common Dreads were Juggernauts, No Sleep Tonight, and Zonked, and the bonus tracks, which came out on the Tribalism compilation album, were Tribalism, Thumper, All Eyes on the Saint, and We Can Breathe in Space. Now, I've already kind of gone on a little bit. Actually, we all kind of did. Who wants to jump in? Who wants to start us off?
Yeah, let me hit mine.
Go for it. Take it.
Yeah, so like I kind of mentioned before, I'm not, I guess, a super fan of them like you are, Cody, but I do appreciate them and I do like them. And if they were on a bill, I would go and see them and have a good time. Right? Like, I don't think you're gonna ever say you're not gonna have a good time with this group. Now, that is a pertinent point because Cody or Brett, you said that listening to the album recorded, it doesn't hit as good. You know?
Yeah.
And I did find, I think there were more tracks on the first album that I was like, oh, I like the melodies here. They're a little catchier. This one was like, we're just gonna go wild on instrumentation and then sing on it.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. Yeah. Not necessarily that it was the singing or the lyrics or the songwriting as a whole was lacking in any way. It did what it needed to do, but I did think they were experimenting a lot with their instrumental sound compared to the album before.
They moved away from that more post-hardcore sound that the first album had to coming up with kind of something that is their own. This was like that first step in that direction. Yeah,
and I think that's maybe where I found some faults with it, because they had a genre down first album with a little bit of spice from what they do. Second album, it did feel like, hey, we're trying this and we're gonna make claim this is us now, right? And I also made the point that this is a band that continuously gets better throughout the years. Every album is better as you progress. This is one of those moments, I think, especially since you could almost say this is like the rebirth of them. This is them making claim for who they are. Next album, the album after that, and keep going. It's Enter Shikari. No one else does that. Yep. Nobody. Yeah. And if anybody does try, that's why they are forgotten back in 2010.
Yeah, unfortunately, this happens a lot with this band, but they're like roped in with bands like Attack and Sky Eats Airplane. Just basically, if you had keyboards and you went raw in your band and had a breakdown, you're all the same. But like, Finn basically said that in that video, and I was like, not really though. And all those bands are gone. They're still kicking and they're still making new stuff and growing and getting better. Like fucking the most recent album had a whole ass orchestra on it for one song.
And in UK, like they have a following, a large, like they have a career, right? It's not just a bunch of dumbasses making weird sounding music with breakdowns and screaming and stuff. That's like
kicking their legs at the same time.
Right, like Sky Eats Airplane. Where'd they go?
Well, that was just a dude.
Sure,
Sky Eats Airplane was just a dude. So I'll give him that.
The dude's dead in my eyes right now. Okay, and then you look at Attack.
Yeah.
Once the flagships left, the Bill Murrays and the Calebs, and like that band fell apart, and now it's like some weird husk.
I don't even acknowledge the new shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm not saying those bands needed to stick around, but like you could have progressed and matured, much like Enter Shikari, if you wanted to be, in the top echelon of this weird screamo,
I mean,
I guess it's a weird genre. Like you can't really. It is like crabcore, I guess. Yeah, but it's like, can you crab to it? Yes, but also there's a lot of intricate stuff happening. The musicianship they're doing a lot of cool stuff, especially with like their harmonies and stuff. Like that's one thing I've always noted in Shikari. They have main vocal and then like those secondary vocals that almost sound out of tune, like on purpose, but they fit really well with the composition of the whole song. It's a weird place. It's a weird band. And I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. And like I said, chat, everybody, keep listening because the production gets better.
Yeah,
it gets better.
Not only like watching the band grow with time, but also that was another reason why I wanted to do these in order when we did them, because so we can like hear the production get better, the writing get better, the lyrics get more focused in their mission and all that stuff. I'd argue like the first album is very all over the place with what they're talking about and everything. Some songs are political. There's a lot of metaphors thrown around. With this album, there's no question about what anything is. It's they're very front-footed on their message and what they were trying to get across, which back in 2009, no one was talking about. No one was talking about any of this. This is before the 99% movement. This is before Bernie got really popular and everything. Nowadays, everything on this album is, mainstream.
Yeah.
Mainstream to be a socialist now.
Yep.
It was not mainstream to be a socialist back then.
No, we didn't care about politics back then.
Yeah, if you did, you listened to the System of a Down.
Uh-huh.
And it's, America is bad. This was the first band for me coming from an outside perspective in England saying, oh no, the whole world is bad. Everything is bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's corruption and misery and all this other bullshit everywhere. And they're all suffering from it. It's not just, the world doesn't revolve around America. So, very, very insightful. Brett,
Hello.
Go ahead, continue. What'd you think about it?
I mean, it was okay. I to kind of go on what Josh was saying too. I felt that with the experimentation that they're trying to do, they go a little above and beyond what they need to do. And what I mean by that, so there's a lot of the songs where they rely heavily on the keys, the synthesizer, to fill in the sound, and you can hear that because all of a sudden the guitars are just like, doing the two note power chord kind of thing, and it just seems really empty, and it's part of production. It's partially, they don't have the money, per se to make it sound as full and as good as fucking Dear Agony,
Yeah,
which is cool. It's fine. I get that. It seems like they relied too much on the synthesizer to fill in all of the gaps. And it does. There's a little bit of a sporadicness to the songs where it's like, why did we cut to this right here? This could have been longer. This could have been shorter. This didn't need to be here. It's just stuff like there was like every song has like a little bit of something like that. But my biggest thing that I personally didn't really care for was vocally. He talks a lot through it. There's a lot of just kind of like spoken word parts that don't, to me, they like sometimes they didn't fit. Sometimes
Gotcha.
I did want him to like, rap it or sing it or something, don't just talk it. And then there's a couple of times where like he goes for like a scream and you're like, what the hell is that? Like did the producer, whoever recorded, like are the sound guy, like did they mean to leave that part in, or was that supposed to be a different scream? Because it sounds like,
I think it depends on which song and which moment you're talking about, because there are times where they'll just do random shit like that for
they're
the
like,
fuck of it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. You guys, that was a choice,
Right, on the next album,
Right.
there's gonna be a song that ends with him doing a Louis Armstrong impression drunk. So
All right.
that's just how we roll here.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
oh my
I don't
god.
know. It's just it was a little too much for me.
Okay.
Too much for me.
That's
on
fair.
this one. But like, yeah, like to go off what Josh said earlier too. I liked the riffs and some of the choruses and like just the stuff that was going on the album before.
Brett,
happened?
you're backwards.
Am I backwards?
You're backwards.
Yeah,
on
you're
the solo
Katurb.
screen.
Fuck yeah.
Turb.
Turb
I
is
just
back.
looked over and saw.
Turb is back in action. Hell yeah, I'm
That's
leaving
what you
it.
get.
Fuck this shit.
That's good.
You're
That's
fucking
good. Leave
staying there. Yeah.
it. Just leave it. That's great.
Anyway,
Oh, so it's straight when whatever.
It's OBS doing OBS things.
OBS, yeah.
Just leave it alone.
But yeah, that was my 2 cents.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I feel like No Sleep Tonight, for instance, has always been kind of. It's one that had to grow on me. It's definitely one I used to skip when I used to do my listen throughs before. Now I'm just like, I just know it so well. It's fine for what it is. But very repetitive. They couldn't come up with anything else for the chorus. you're not gonna get any sleep tonight. Just repeat till the end of time. But you know what? The key change saves it. It makes it more interesting. The solo is really fun, or breakdown. Let's see. The remix for Juggernauts that they played live, especially during this time, we saw it in that live performance. It's a true Tiger Blue remix. Things that gives me dopamine. That is just serotonin or all the good stuff straight to the brain. I love that fucking remix. Zonked is absolutely insane live. I've experienced it a number of times, and it is as wild as it sounds on the record, and then some. Antwerpen, I finally got to see them play a snippet of on the last time I saw them, and something I noticed when watching Rory play it live, it's one of the only songs with a legitimate solo in it. He's doing a Tom Morello trick, where Jordan showed me this way back in the day. I forget which song by Rage it is, but he takes the cable out and taps it on the pickups to make the notes with the guitar strings and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I saw them do it live, I'm like, oh shit, Rory's doing that for this song. I never would have known.
Huh.
If you guys remember, I said during the last review that chant of "and still we will be here, standing like statues" would come back. When that moment happens in Solidarity in the first song, dude, chills. Because, who references old... Bringing it back. Yeah. Who references their own songs? It's crazy. Step Up also grew on me. I didn't used to like the verse, like the music for the verse, but now I think about that fucking, I think this is the second verse where I wish all your hoarded millions would rot in their vaults and all that shit. I think about that song in particular, all the time, once a week, because it truly does reflect hey, no matter, what your upbringing were, what your views were, you can always change. You can always acquire new information, take it in upon yourself to recognize that you were wrong and change for the better and step up. Hi, I wonder why I think that. Could it be because I had to go through that journey myself? Yes. But yeah,
canceled.
Dude,
you're canceled.
Yeah, canceled. But yeah, man, this is my favorite album by them. Like I said on the top of the show, it's not their best. I think Minesweep is probably all around their best, but I think just for me personally, just for what it meant at the time of finding them, and just cementing myself with this band, I've listened to this album so much, I know it front ways, back ways. Probably how you do with August Burns Red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's at that level. It's what made this band my favorite band, and kicked him off that pedestal, which I never thought would happen.
Yeah, it feels weird as we've gotten older that Green Day, is not my favorite band anymore.
Yeah, right.
It feels weird to say that. Because forever,
I don't listen to them.
I don't listen to them every day. They're always going to be top 3 for me.
Oh my God.
Did you see what
Josh, you and I are also, we're also backwards.
I actually did it while you were full.
Nice. Thanks.
I don't even know if you can say mine. Is the H silent?
Hashd.
Hassaj.
Yeah.
Hamza Allah. Well, you know what? Let's see what the internet here thought. It's kind of all over the place for this one.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
Weird time for the internet in 2009.
Well, and you're going to talk about very leftist stuff in 2009 under Tony Blair's watch? No. Not going to happen. So let's run through these, get the average, move on. Absolute Punk gave it a 7.8. Digital Spy gave it a 6. Entertainment Weekly gave it a 5. NME gave it a 5. The Observer gave it a 6. Planet Sound gave it a 5. Rock Sound gave it a 9. So right there, we dipped very low for no reason and then right on back up. The Times gave it a 4. Punknews.org gave it a 7. The Guardian gave it a 6. Sputnik Music gave it a 6.6. Rate Your Music's average was a 5.8. Album of the Year's user average was a 7.4. Gigwise, Alternative Press, and All Music all gave it a 7. Line of Best Fit gave it a 6. The Skinny gave it a 4. And then All Music's user average was an 8. And
Nice.
only one other YouTube review, but they didn't give a number, so they don't count.
Fuck them.
So, what do you guys think the average is going to be?
Oh. Yes.
What you think, Brett?
I don't know. Those are all over the place.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a little
it's
all over the place. I'm gonna go somewhere close to what my score is. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go safe 7.5.
Okay. You say 7.5.
Yeah, it might be a little too high.
I'm gonna say 7-1. I'm thinking.
7-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7-1. I think 7-1.
You overestimated just how much those 4s and 5s did.
Yeah, didn't
Really?
really
Because it's a
incorporate it.
6.3.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't think it was that bad.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I guess those lower scores really fucked that up.
Shit. I mean, there's a few 4s in there.
I do not agree. Let's put it that way. I do
No,
not agree with that.
No way.
That's what's weird though. Like a lot of these older albums that we listen to, these reviewers were savage. A lot of the times it's like, yeah, you listen to like, I know this album sucked for us too a little bit just on sound quality, but like Hawthorne Heights, when we listen to that, everyone was like, this is fucking trash. Like this is like a 3 and a 2 and like it sounds bad. I get
Dude.
it. But like now you go back and like if someone were to review that in this day and age, it'd be like that's like
emo classic.
yeah,
Oh,
that's like a 10.
Can you
Then
imagine?
to fucking, that's
Can you
what I'm saying.
imagine
Is
when
like
they do Chiodos?
Ugh.
bro.
Oh my god.
When we do Cheetos,
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when we do
It's-
Chiodos.
bad. Yeah, I'm gonna
Dude,
say
the
this
internet's
is a
gonna-
fucking no.
All right.
Well,
I
that's a
don't know,
little
man.
low. I don't
That's a
agree
little
with
low.
that.
A little low.
It's very low. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll run through mine since it was my albums, and then everyone else could bring it back down to earth, because we're gonna start high in the stratosphere, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Songwriting and lyrics 9.13. Ra was one of my favorite lyricists, and again, for everything I mentioned, no one was talking about the shit that he was writing about back then, and it only gets better from here.
Did you score this high
he's-
because you knew we were going to score it kind of low?
No, I scored it high because I love this album, and because last time I didn't score it high and it was very low.
Okay.
So, it evens out. Plus, my prerogative, damn it. Like Britney Spears. Musicianship. I gave it a 9.42. No one else is doing shit like this, right? I know that kind of bleeds into originality, which also got a 9.31.
Oh my god.
Favorite album by my favorite band. I mean, what are you gonna do? Production. This is where we dip down a little bit. Only got an 8.43.
An 8.43.
There are some spots in here that, they sound better live, and they could have been done better, and they learn how to do it better in later albums.
So you scored them on them learning in the future.
No, I scored them because I forgot to do them before we went live, and I had to panic, and I just looked at it and I said, yeah, this seems right.
All right.
And then memorability, I know it front ways and back ways. That's a 10 for me for memorability.
I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That was- yeah,
my
that was good.
average,
Nine.
my average is a 9.26.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I think that's
It's
like
okay.
the highest score anyone's ever given on the show.
No, because I've given higher.
It's
Hybrid
you're
Theory
really
got
nice to
9.5.
bitches. Right? You're nice to people.
Well, like I say, music's the
Hey,
only thing
are
that
you
keeps
a-
me alive.
Are you an
No,
actual
I'll-
nice person?
I'll say fair enough because this is your favorite band. You're a little bit biased. I
Oh
guess.
yeah, I'm letting it happen. It's just
My score is
funny.
not.
I gave Blink-182
come on,
9.66. I mean, come on. I can go higher. Hybrid Theory got 9.72. Guys, there's no limits.
You're giving him a whole 0.8 to play with. Like, come on.
Listen, my school of thought is always you gotta really earn that 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
that's why I have you around, Josh, to even everything out. Josh, why don't you go next?
Okay. So songwriting lyric, I did not connect with them as much as you did, Cody. I do appreciate your breakdown of like, oh yeah, this leftist stuff that wasn't happening in 2009 that you take for granted now because a lot of the stuff you listen to in this day and age is definitely maybe a little
You
politically
would have
motivated.
Final Boss fucking music playing.
That's
you're
right.
talking.
I'm, yeah, square up, bitches. I didn't connect with it as much, but also really, it was hard to listen to because there's every line on your, staff, I guess you can call it, like on your sheet music. There's so much shit going on.
It's
really hard to follow, and I'm like, okay, where's the lyrics?
There's a lot
and
of
vocals?
voices.
It's like. It's a lot. Yeah, there you go. A lot of voices. It's really tough to find your place. So I said 6.8. Not that it's bad, but it is kind of average for me, just because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Musicianship. Now the progression from first album to this album, they got better, and I do like that they are, I guess, diving into their sound a little more this album, and that's kind of cool. So I said 7.5. They are doing some cool stuff. There's a lot of layers, like I said, so there's something to pull from that. Production, pretty similar, but better than the last album. So I said 7.4. They did get better. Still kind of shit. Yeah, still kind of shit, but that's just because it's 2009. Okay. Originality. This is a 9 because there's literally nothing the fuck else that sounds like this, and it sounds as good as this. There's these knockoffs in the MySpace era that no one listens to and doesn't currently, right? Like they're dead, like we're talking about. So 9 there. Memorability. There's not as many bangers on this album compared to the last album, at least for me. But if I were maybe more versed in them, I probably would be like, yeah, these are the crowd favorites. But it's a 6 for me just because I only know like top to bottom a couple of the tracks. Where the previous album, I really gravitated to some of them more, I think.
I will say, I think I've seen songs from this album live the least. So
okay,
that
interesting.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that memorability bit does come into factor there. So, combined, all these numbers together.
Hisage, let us know.
Pretty similar to my last, the review of the album before this. Really close, but a little less just because I didn't connect as much. 7.34, really close. Okay. So right in that 7 area, average area.
That's fair.
Okay. All
right, Brett, kill it.
I'm going to.
Put him in the ground.
Apparently.
Oh, he's a protected species.
I don't give a fuck. We live in Florida. We live in Florida. Nobody gives a fuck about any of that shit around here.
You get the pew-pews, bro.
All right, so listen here.
Okay.
The songwriter lyrics, they're there, man. Like I was saying earlier, like Josh was saying earlier too. It's a little too sporadic.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I can't remember what numbers I did. I remember the final score. We're going with that. Musicianship.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing the things. I think, like I said before, I think they rely too much on the synthesizer. Overall, for a lot of the songs to do parts that someone could have just been doing,
which would also be part of the songwriting, so it makes sense.
Right. You're exactly. Production, it's better.
Yeah,
it's better. Good for them. No, it's all right. It's all right. It's not the worst thing. I can hear everything finally. It's still a little underproduced, edited, I guess, whatever it is.
Didn't age well.
Yeah, right. Originality. There's nothing like it. This is you get Inner Shikari and that's it. Yep. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That like they have created their niche and they're going with it, and that is totally cool. Very much okay with that. Memorability, like we were just talking about, I don't really remember it. I remember Juggernauts and stuff because the hit of the album kind of almost. So yeah, it's
I didn't have the clap 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 moment.
I didn't have.
You know what I'm saying?
We didn't have no clap clap class. We didn't have the chorus that's going to be repeated throughout 3 or 4 other albums.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know that well, to be honest. But yeah, so like my overall score for the meme yet again, 6.9.
Okay. Fair.
I did it.
You didn't kill it.
We got there. I didn't kill it.
He's alive. They're alive.
They're alive.
Just barely.
Just barely.
They are barely breathing.
Listen here. When you're giving this shit a fucking 9 point something.
That's fair.
Listen, nobody's gonna unalive themselves with a high D. Okay, that's savable. You have time.
You
to
can
save
turn
your
in
grade.
one more little thing that you
Right.
forgot, and pass.
Okay.
Yeah, most likely it's getting rounded up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay.
It's getting rounded up. Teachers are gonna be nice. They're not that big of assholes.
Right.
Okay, I have found where it's going. Bring us over to the monolith.
The monolith.
A monolith. A monolith.
I'm gonna have to scroll down. All right. A little.
Yes.
A little.
A little.
All right. You know what? We're going. I should make a break of 50. I'm gonna do that right now.
I don't think it's that low.
I don't think it's that low either. But I just. Okay, not edit. Why are you view only? Whatever. All right. Deal with that
Yeah, I
later.
told you something's trash.
Something's going
this,
on.
man.
Deal with it later. Anyways, where's this going? What do we got? Where's our scores?
I'm
Yeah,
calling.
Where's it going?
I'm calling 38.
38. What the
I'm
hell's
in view
38?
only mode too. What the fuck, Brett?
Yeah, shit's broken, bro.
I don't know.
Google Docs ain't fun.
I
right now.
don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I see Josh is on there.
I have it now. I
haven't. What the fuck? I refreshed it and
Yeah,
And it
it's
works?
see, that's what I'm saying.
Oh wait,
Google
hold on.
Docs
Whatever.
doesn't know what it's doing.
Hold on.
But
I'm
I
gonna-
think it's the new 38.
Here, hold on.
I think it's a new 38. So above Bill Murray's banana and below Unleash the Archers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, nobody's looking. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I could be a little high, but I think that's fair. I think I'm gonna put it right there. There's a lot of 7.6s in this grouping here.
Okay.
All right. Can I hit enter here? I'm not. I'm not even gonna fuck it. Something's gonna break if I touch that. All right. So hold on. What was our scores? We have a 9.24, a 6.9, and a 7.4.
7.3.
7.3. So 2 sevens and
Our scores are bringing it down a little bit, but I don't think it's. I think that 9's kind of holding on pretty well.
I'm gonna put us. I'm gonna put us at 44.
It'll put us down at 44.
I think it's gonna slide right in between.
Yeah, the 6.
almost
The 6
and
might
whatever.
have. If you were at a 7, it might have been a little higher.
Yeah.
But that 6,
All right. Well,
38
Yeah,
or
I'm
44.
thinking
Who's
44.
right?
Josh, you are technically closer.
Ooh.
It is all the way up here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the 6
Okay.
didn't kill it as much.
Okay.
Or the 9 really helped.
Yeah.
It's the 9 really helps.
It's the 9 helping out.
Okay. So
I didn't think it was going to go over 7.7, but now I see that I am wrong.
So
it is.
where do you think?
Oh, 82.
82.
Yeah.
Yep, 82.
You're both saying 82.
Both saying
Yeah.
82.
In a fucking
Just
81.
shut up. 81. No. Nobody say it.
Fucking 8.
All right. It's 83. We got another tie.
Ooh, a tie.
With Scion.
Yeah, tie on with Scion. Now, who's gonna vote that? We'll go around and we'll just vote who thinks it should go above Scion and who doesn't.
All right, so I'm going to be realistic. I know you're going to
Wanna
say
vote yes?
Shikari.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Scion's
going
better
to
than this album.
vote Scion. Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
think it's better than Scion.
Okay.
Okay.
Just on quality. And that's
Okay.
just because of the age.
It's newer. Yeah, it's newer and it's got
Yeah,
Howard
it
Jones.
sounds better. It's got Howard Jones.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Hey, I'm fair. That's fair with that.
I do
Yeah.
agree it needs to be over Architects though, because
Y'all, you shut up. Not y'all.
like
You.
the only reason why it's so high is because of y'all. Okay, I tried my best to kill that band, but
You fucked up.
I will say the newest out song is not that bad,
I haven't
and that's
heard it.
coming from me.
I haven't heard it.
haven't
You
heard it yet.
You hush your mouth.
I heard a snippet. And I
You
realized it was
hush.
on the list.
Is
All right.
it-
Well, there we go. New number 35. Not bad. High C.
No, it's good.
It's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's getting rounded up, bro.
Yeah.
you know,
It's
like,
fine. Listen, we still have goddamn what was it? Unleash the Archers or whatever. What's that band that you
Oh
liked
shit.
in the
What
top
about
fucking?
40?
In the top fucking 30 or whatever.
Where?
Top 30?
Where
I've lost it.
Unleash
Oh wait,
the Archers?
no.
Unleashed
No, that's
Archers is
further down.
30. It's 38. Yeah, they're in the top 40.
Top 40, yeah.
I was
yeah,
thinking Deer Hunter's high as shit because y'all love it, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad now that you're talking about this. Now that we, have established the rules a little better. When we first did that album, it would make more sense to start with Act 1. Just saying.
No way.
Would it?
Forehead.
Dude,
but hey,
I'm going in and we're all watching Deathly Hallows Part 2. Have you seen the other Harry Potters? No, I'll be fine.
I just took it for granted. Everyone knows that band. I just take it for granted. Okay.
With their 18 fucking albums.
Yeah. That would be fun.
You
to
don't know
do,
the
to
color
go back.
spectrum, the whole thing?
But what would be cool is just like, as you're talking about, like Inner Shikari does stuff where they do hint at different storylines and plots. That's literally what the Deer Hunter. If we go back and listen to the first album, you'd be like, holy shit, song 6 of that album right there, Act 5, they're talking about that shit. Like that's really interesting. So it'd be fun to do more concepts, but just fucking in order.
Yeah.
In order would be nice.
Yeah, in order. For shit.
But yeah, I will say a lot of y'all's complaints about this album, I totally agree. I definitely weighted it higher just because of the personal meaning to me, and
That's fair.
it is what it is.
That's fair.
But a lot of those complaints also go away in the next one. They get more focused with the production, and you can actually understand. They get a little bit more money because again, everything they make, they throw back into this band. So
Yep.
Hell yeah.
we'll see that one in like 25 episodes. So Josh, it's your pick.
It is.
What are we doing next week?
Okay, so it just came out like 2 days ago. Senses Fail. Hell is in your head.
Ooh.
It is so good, and I'm telling you right now, y'all. You guys know how much I like Still Searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a better album.
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, even Buddy said that this feels like a sequel to that album,
Really?
and you can tell. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's very, very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And that's like, will that change if I get in a couple more listens? Who knows?
Maybe.
Right? Like
Yeah, maybe.
that's the point of our week of listening. But at first listen, I was jazzed up. I saved every single song and threw it in a playlist. I was like, I gotta listen to this all the time because it's so good.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's some.
So
Mr. I don't want to listen to anything past 2008.
because it doesn't sound like it sounds like something that came back in the day, right?
Hell yeah.
And that's fun. Like emo is back, and it's because of Buddy. All hail 2024, Buddy Nielsen, right?
Yeah, send this to him. He's our friend on TikTok. So,
He is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
What up, buddy?
Let's go, dog.
Yeah,
You want to be
that's
on
all,
this
dude.
show?
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That'd be
rad.
I would fucking lose my mind.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even know what to do. I would just stare at him.
I know, shit.
It's like,
But anyway, that's next week, and it's gonna be a fun time.
hell yeah.
Cool, I'm excited.
Very.
Very. All right, well, hey, YouTube, Spotify, that's the show. I don't know if anyone noticed. I put the video version of the show on Spotify last week because I was like, fuck it. They keep bugging me and telling me they're able to do it now. So videos on Spotify now.
Oh, I didn't
So, hey,
actually-
Spotify.
That's the future.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's-
Watch
the
while
future.
you listen and
What?
drive at the same time.
Hell
And that's
yeah.
what I've been doing for the last 15 years. Drive safe,
Yep.
kids.
Drive safe.